EKU police are investigating after someone left threatening graffiti in a campus bathroom.
Last night, a pedestrian was hit and killed in Richmond. Now police are trying to figure out what he was doing in the road.
Gun control is the talk of the campaign trail in the wake of Thursday's mass shooting in Oregon. The story ahead.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. The Eastern Kentucky University campus remains on alert today following a threat found on campus. And there is a $10,000 reward for information leading to a conviction.
Someone spray painted the note on a bathroom wall on campus. It was found on Sunday night. Changes have been made across campus, including closing the model laboratory school. WKYT Sean Moody is on EKU's campus with the latest on the investigation. It's our top story at 4:30.
From what I can see out here in front of the Powell building, it doesn't look like that threat has done much to change the mood of the university. There's the fraternity out here taking up money for charity. Lots of people coming in and out of the building. A spokesperson for EKU said that $10,000 reward is resulting in a lot of tips.
The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, as well as local police, are helping EKU police investigate the graffiti that was found in a men's bathroom in the Powell building. That message said in part, quote, "kill all by 10/8/15," end quote. The rest of the message doesn't seem to have any obvious meaning. Law enforcement's trying to figure out what that remaining part could mean. The university offered a $10,000 reward, and some tips have come in. Classes are still on at EKU, though if students are legitimately worried, the president said they should make arrangements with their professors to get work done outside of class. Model Laboratory School, which is on EKU's campus, has closed for the rest of the week. They were already scheduled to be out of class on Friday.
Because it's a much younger population, and they look at safety issues differently than a college campus that is full of primarily adults.
Now, the university has made some changes to events that were scheduled for this week. There was a student forum that was supposed to happen last night. That was postponed. There's also a lecture series event that was supposed to go on Thursday night. That's been postponed as well. In Richmond, Sean Moody, WKYT.
This is the second graffiti threat this year at EKU. Back in February, someone left a message in a bathroom in nearby Combs Hall. Police continue to investigate an accident that killed a pedestrian. State police say a car hit Sean Powell on Mount Vernon Road in Madison County around 8:30 last night. Police tell us Powell stepped into the path of the car and the driver had no time to respond. Neighbors who knew Powell say they have a lot of questions about what happened.
Wonder what Sean was doing walking out on the road at that time of night, you know. Although it wasn't all that late, but I don't know, just why he, didn't watch where he was going.
Police tell us they don't anticipate any charges for the driver. We'll have more on this story ahead on WKYT News at 5:30.
A Lexington man is dead after a shooting up in Cincinnati. 24-year-old Javaris Lewis was gunned down at an apartment complex on Kentucky Avenue. Police found a car window shot out and Lewis lying in the parking lot. One person is being questioned about the shooting, but police have not said if anyone has been charged in this case. Lexington police are looking for the man who robbed a motel. It happened late last night at the Red Roof Inn at New Circle and Nicholasville Roads. Police say the clerks think the man had a gun when he demanded cash. They say he's about 5'9", was wearing a red hoodie and used a white handkerchief to cover his face. We're also tracking a crime alert after an overnight stabbing in Garrett County. It happened just after midnight on Mason Avenue in Lancaster. Police say a man and a woman got into a fight and the woman cut the man on the head. Police are still looking for the suspect, who they say may have walked to Danville. This is a strange story. A pet shop owner is on the mend after being attacked by a 20-foot python. As we told you last night here at 11 on WKYT News, the man was cleaning out the reptile's cage when the 125-pound snake bit him.
Well, today we are hearing the 911 calls made shortly after the attack and from the police officer who pulled the python off the man. Tammy Mufasa reports.
Please, the snake's not trying to attack me, and please, he's got blood all over. Oh my God, please.
In disbelief, Melissa McElfresh called 911. This 20-foot long, 125-pound snake nearly killed a store owner right in front of her eyes.
A horror movie in real life is all that was. is probably the most scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm still in shock over it.
McElfresh says she'd been tapping the python's glass to distract the snake while owner Terry Wilkins cleaned out the cage. But then the snake bit him.
I seen the snake's head turn, and I told him, Terry, I said, be careful. I said, he's looking at you. He's like, I know, it's all right. And no sooner he said that, it was just as quick as lightning.
His whole face is covered. He's like, it's 20-foot snake.
Within seconds, Lieutenant Greg Rappberger and Sergeant Darren Arenberg got to the captive-born reptile store.
I see him laying on the ground. I see a puddle of blood. He looks lifeless.
The lieutenant grabbed the snake's head, and the sergeant started uncoiling it from Wilkins' neck.
When he held the head away from the guy, I pulled the snake off the guy's neck, and we were able to pull the guy away so he could be helped by the paramedics who responded.
Police wrangled the python in the cage and say Wilkins started breathing again. They're thankful the officers knew how to handle the serpent.
You're not trained for this. This is just, normal people doing courageous things, and there's no doubt these two officers were very courageous in what they did.
Well, our priority is to protect life, so sometimes you got to put fear aside and just do what you got to do.
All of those folks are very lucky. The store owner, by the way, is expected to be okay.
If you think about it, 125 pounds is as much as a human being weighs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just incredible the guy's alive.
That is a news story for us for sure right there.
It's a first.
How about we switch and talk a little weather? It is another beautiful day here in the Bluegrass. Plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, just great.
Yeah, it doesn't involve pythons, at least in Lexington. Perfect for an outdoor concert, by the way, featuring country music star Luke Bryan. And what a change from when the concert was originally planned for last week, Chris.
Absolutely. We were coming off a day that had produced 2 to 3 inch rains into parts of the region. The ground was as muddy as you can get. We had gusty winds, chilly temperatures, had those on and off showers. And today, concert goers, beautiful. You could not have asked for a better weather day for anything outdoors, let alone a concert. Can you imagine being out there this evening? Absolutely gorgeous. Right now, 78 degrees, humidity at 44%. Winds not a big issue at all. We've had no rain today, not expecting any for a couple more days. So again, beautiful conditions. Defender, nothing showing up locally. Forget about it. Gorgeous fall weather is going to roll on. Then we go toward Friday and into the start of that weekend. We've got another cold front that is on the way with the potential for some rain, even thunder and lightning, a possibility before the week is out. Coming up, we'll highlight that and the potential for some cooler air that blows in behind that for the weekend. Guys, that's in a few minutes.
President Obama will be in Roseburg, Oregon Friday to meet with family members and victims of the deadly shooting at Umpqua Community College.
In an angry speech last week, he called for tighter regulations on guns. Now, Democrats on the campaign trail are picking up his call. Kim Hutcherson has more.
Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton talking tough on gun control.
How many people have to die before we actually act? It's time for us to say, wait a minute, we're better than this. Our country is better than this.
She called for tougher background checks, restrictions on military-style weapons, and accountability for gun manufacturers. Gun control has become an issue on the campaign trail in the wake of Thursday's mass shooting in Oregon. But while Clinton and other Democrats are pushing change, GOP contenders say not so fast. Conservatives like Republican Mike Huckabee say guns aren't the issue.
We have not so much a gun problem, we have a problem with sin and evil.
But survivors of previous mass shootings welcome the conversation.
I am so incredibly grateful that gun control and gun sense are being discussed on the platform that they are in our country because they are such crucial issues.
Speakers echoed that call at a Monday night vigil honoring the victims in Oregon.
In those jurisdictions with stricter gun control laws, we have fewer gun-related deaths. Now, as a society, we must consider the connections between guns and violence.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
9 people were killed and 9 others injured last week at Umpqua Community College in Oregon before the suspected gunman is believed to have committed suicide.
Kentucky's major party candidates for governor will square off tonight in another televised debate. Democrat Jack Conway and Republican Matt Bevin go head-to-head at Center College in Danville tonight. The school was the scene for the 2013 vice presidential debate between Paul Ryan and Joe Biden. Tonight's debate starts at 7 o'clock. It's called Walk, Enroll. The event helps Kentucky families living with spina bifida.
Deanne Stevens is out and about today. She joins us from the Shriners Children's Hospital with more. Hi, Deanne.
Good afternoon, guys. We are here at Shriners Hospital for Children, where this coming weekend you're going to see all kinds of people lined up and walking, enrolling, all in the name of spina bifida. Aaron Gillespie is with us, Spina Bifida Association of Kentucky. Aaron, let's start with, what is spina bifida?
Spina bifida is a birth defect that happens within the first 28 days of gestation, so a lot of times it's before a mother even knows. It actually means the spine is open, so it fails to close during gestation. This causes paralysis, bowel and bladder issues, and sometimes brain differences. But every child, every adult is different. We say it's kind of like the snowflake effect.
Right. Not only does the walk that you guys are doing this weekend raise a lot of great funds for you all, you said one of your biggest events you do, but it also raises a lot of great awareness for spina bifida.
That's one of our main goals. We want the fundraising to help our families, but also our community needs to know what spina bifida is and kind of just join us in the awareness of celebrating all of our families.
You guys put a huge celebration together last year, complete with, it was a little bit closer to Halloween, so all the kids came out in their costumes. Tell us what they can expect this year.
This year's going to be kind of the same thing. We're going to have sponsors and tables, but we'll also still have the fun carnival games, the food, the awards. I think we're going to have a lot of music, and so it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to mirror a lot of last year, but hopefully a lot more awareness, and our community is going to come out and share this time with us.
Now, do folks need to have a team, or can they just come out and walk as individuals?
They can have a team and help us raise funds, or they can walk the day of. Just come and enjoy the fun.
And if they want to sign up online, get pre-registered.
SBAKWalk.org.
Come be a part of Walk and Roll happening here at Shriners Hospital for Children this coming Saturday at 9:30. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Deanne, thank you. The movie Truth looks back on the scandal that ended Dan Rather's career at CBS News, and pop star Selena Gomez announces new tour dates.
Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
Selena Gomez is going on tour to promote her new album, Revival, which goes on sale Friday. The 41-city tour kicks off May 6th in Las Vegas. Tickets go on sale next Saturday. Stars of the new film Truth walked the red carpet in Los Angeles Monday night.
What's our next move?
I might have something for the election.
The movie is based on the news reporting scandal that forced CBS's Dan Rather to retire early. Robert Redford plays Rather, and Cate Blanchett plays Rather's producer, Mary Mapes.
Raises big questions, even though it's set back in 2004, about contemporary journalism and what is the role of the journalist.
Truth hits select theaters here in Los Angeles and in New York October 16th. The movie is based on Mary Mapes' book, Truth and Duty. And just how exactly did Peter Pan get to Neverland? That's what the new film Pan imagines. Hugh Jackman stars as the pirate Blackbeard and says to prepare for the role, he read the classic Peter Pan novel to his 9-year-old daughter.
It's quite touching, and it's a bit of a warning, to adults of just be careful. Growing old is not the lines on your face, it's here and here.
Pan opens in theaters nationwide Friday. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The future of soft drinks is finally here. Pepsi is releasing what it calls Pepsi Perfect, the same soda bottle that time traveler Marty McFly drank in the 1980s cafe in the movie Back to the Future Part 2. The collectible drink will be available on October 21st to coincide with the date that McFly and Doc Brown travel to the future in the 1989 film. Pepsi is only releasing 6,500 bottles online in the U.S., and they will cost $20.15 each. So you think back last week when Luke Bryan concert was supposed to be on. Basically torrential rain. And thank goodness they rescheduled the concert, because it seems like it was a beautiful night.
Tonight is pretty perfect for being outside for anything, Chris Bailey. Gosh, great that they moved it. Hate that they had to, but gosh, what a great night.
Absolutely. They picked a winner of a weather night last week. Yeah, ugly. Can you imagine the amount of cars that would have been stuck in that field? Last week with the rains, wow. Here's what we're facing right now across central and eastern Kentucky. Beautiful conditions out there. We've got blue skies. We've got a little bit of ice crystal cloud cover coming on into town. Overall, though, excellent view. Nothing showing up on Defender across the entire Bluegrass State, surrounding states, most of the eastern half of the country finally quiet, though I am tracking some rains into town before the week is over. We'll touch on that a little later on. Right now, let's get an update on the traffic situation for the folks heading out to the Luke Bryan concert. I would imagine that line is growing. Here's Officer Don to tell us about it.
Yes, Chris, it's about a 3 to 4 mile backup right now, just to give you an idea of what folks are dealing with trying to get into the show. Tate Street Road, it's a better ride in coming in from Jessamine County at the moment. That's going to be a little easier to get in. Got a couple of crashes working, one's at Manowar and Nicholasville just past the intersection, and there's some wires down on Old Frankfort Pike at Forbes. They have a portion of that shut down. Police are detouring around that. Now back to you in the studio.
To become a WKYT Live driver and download the Waze app, go to WKYT.com. Under the News tab, click on Traffic for more information. Beautiful bears and a different kind of pumpkin boom. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
More than 300 facial hair lovers from across the world gathered in Austria to compete in the World Beard and Mustache Championships. There were 3 groupings at the event: mustache, partial beard, and full beard. Within each group, there are several categories. 3 Americans won in the mustache category and 2 won in the partial beard category. Boy, that is something else. The U.S. National Championship will be held in Brooklyn, Amber, in case you want to go next month.
Thank you for that. A Washington State farm is churning out attractions that bring in hundreds, if not thousands, of eager eyes. John Thompson is a farmer with the heart of an artist. For well over 20 years, he has taken the spoils from his farm and turned them into works of art. That art ranges from water mills to makeshift swings, and his biggest attraction is pumpkin cannons. Powered by pressurized air, these pumpkin launchers have the power to launch jack-o'-lanterns at least a mile away.
This is probably my pride and joy. It's very unique. There's only one of those in the world.
Normally, you would find these contraptions on the internet for thousands of dollars. Thompson says he bought most of them to life for just $100 or so. All of the contraptions were built from scratch. I bet the kiddos love seeing that happen.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Be careful on where the pumpkins land.
Yes, absolutely. All right, stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.